Do you have a boring drum loop and you don't know what to do with it? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to layer Foley recordings and how to make your drum kit sound much more interesting than it is. So without further ado, let's get into the program.
Foley sounds are natural or everyday noises like footsteps, rustling paper, or clinking metal recorded for creative use. So incorporating them into your drum kit helps create distinctive and original percussive layers that stand out compared to stock drum sounds. So Foley sounds add an organic, rich layer of detail to your drum hits. So for example, adding a faint metallic clink to a snare or layering subtle rustling or scraping under a hi-hat will introduce complexity and nuance to your drum kit. So this is especially effective in drum and bass, where fast, intricate rhythms demand engaging and textured sounds. So this is like how to add basically ear candy to your drum kit. So we're going to go over and listen to the drum kit one time, and then we're going to decide on which spots to place these Foley recordings. So now we're going to go through these recordings here. And we're just going to start loading any of the sounds that we like, so we can later chop them up and place them under the drum kit. So let's just start by putting one at the very start of the loop. Gonna mess around with the fade out here. And I'm going to press Control and Shift until this little glove icon appears, and this is going to allow me to click and drag the position of the sample. That sounds pretty cool. So let's just go and keep adding. So as you can see, we're already building an interesting rhythm made from these sounds. And I'm going to put this one at the very end here. cut this at the very end and duplicate this at the same spot, just so it has a small variation at the end of the eight measures. Keep looking for some more Foley samples. And warp this and make it half the time. And there's a lot of creative ways where you can actually use these sounds. So it's really fun to play around with and just kind of fill out the whole drum kit and see what you can make. So here what we're going to do is just grab these two samples and we're going to consolidate them. So Control J or Command J. And what we're going to do is play with the rate of the transients. We're going to put it at 1/16th and we're going to lower this percentage here so that you can basically mess around with the amplitude envelope of the sample, but at the rate that you're preserving here. And what you can also do is you can pan these a bit to the left, a bit to the right, just so that they fill out the stereo field and they're not all in the center. And what I also like to do is group them and make sure that they do not have any low ends. So this is going to be my Foley perks. And I'm going to put an EQ weight here so that I'm sure that there is no low end on it. So this is what the group sounds like without the drums. So Foley sounds have often natural variations, introducing slight dynamic and tonal changes to the drum kit. So layering them with static drum samples adds subtle movement or a different texture, making the percussion feel more alive and less robotic. So now what I would usually do is EQ and filter. So I would use the EQ to carve out any conflicting frequencies. I would also let the Foley sound occupy the part of the spectrum that complements the drum hit. So if it needs, higher end, then I would actually low out all the low and mid frequencies, so it's just in the high end. But basically, Foley sounds should enhance the drum sound without overpowering it. So it's much more like a subtle layer that you're putting onto it. So by thoughtfully integrating Foley sounds into your drum kit, you can create a more engaging and immersive rhythmic foundation. So that would be it for today's tutorial.
And again, my name is Yatuza with DNB Academy, and if you've enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications for our next uploads. Thank you for watching.